didn't realize this song had that long of an intro. DJ's lip singing. Thank God we got air today, guys. Yes, we do. We've got air conditioning. Believe me, you want to go outside too?
Oh, I've been out there.
Well, good morning and happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome to your Weekly Dose podcast. I am your host, Sean Roberts. We're streaming live to you from Orange County here in Southern California, where it's hot, sweaty, sticky, and no one likes it.
What? I like hot, sweaty, and sticky. What are you talking about?
Well, not that kind of hot, sweaty, and sticky, though. Believe me, I love that kind of hot, sweaty, and sticky.
Yeah. We could all get hot and sticky.
Leave me inside all day long. Of course, this is the only podcast who, for those of you who miss listening to the Mark and Brian and Jill and Mark in the Morning programs, if this is your first time listening to the show, welcome.
Yay!
Today only we have Steve and PJ here with me.
What?
Yes, the dynamic duo.
Yes, world, we're here.
Can we get capes, please?
These two definitely help me keep me balanced when I get stressed out, and I love it. Thank God. So
and Vicodin, you know.
All he needs
Quaalude
is
and a hooker,
kiss.
I'm all set. You know, that's all I need. Of course, our lovely V is moving into her new apartment today under the lovely raining down of the ashes in Burbank.
Yeah,
there's
she's
a
like,
fire.
we're getting out of Burbank.
And then intern Michelle is at the Long Beach Comic Con convention today. So,
Woo-hoo.
yeah, she'll be calling in to report in with that.
All right.
So, yeah, that'll be good.
So, you know what's really, really cool? I saw over the week while I was
What,
all
a
over in my
refrigerator?
bed. Yeah. While I was like dying of gastric issues. What really cheered
Among
me up,
other
though,
things.
yeah, right. What really cheered me up was that we got a few more followers on Twitter and Facebook. So thank you, Angela Kamar, Jerry Hall, Andy Ramirez, and Joanne Galea for following
Fabrics?
us.
Where did that come from?
Joanne
Fabric.
Fabrics.
The fabric of our lives.
So crafty. I
jeez.
love it. So thanks, Joanne, Andy, Jerry, and Angela for following us. Yes.
Yay! What?
Nice ad, Steve.
Oh! Hey, look! I am on this. I didn't see my name. I didn't.
Oh, my God.
I was in this. Well, yes. A big thank
well-oiled
you
machine,
to all
folks.
of our listeners.
Well-oiled machine.
It's because of you that we do this show. You guys were there for Mark and Brian, and you are there for us. So, thank you.
That sounded so natural, Steve. Good job, buddy.
You're welcome.
So, today's show, of course, today's statement is
It's the right
Heat Wave by Martha Reeve and the Vandellas, because, damn it, it is hotter than hot this past week.
It's all that monsoonal moisture coming
boy.
in from the south.
It's like the oven in the Roger Rabbit cartoon before the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Hotter than hell.
Yeah.
You can actually get married in Hell. Hell,
you?
Michigan.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It is a place.
good.
So
Feels like it's
there
there
you
right
go.
now.
And then
well,
you can honeymoon in Intercourse, Pennsylvania.
Oh, jeez. Appropriate, yes.
Well,
let's just go. Let's go there now. Absolutely. Well, of course, we got some catching up to do with PJ because last week you were out
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, well, you know, when your Mother Nature calls. Yeah.
But we definitely have a cool show for you guys today. We've got singer-songwriter duo Stephen McClintock and Dave Fertitta in today. Now, what's really cool is that we'll be doing a Facebook Live after the show where you can see Stephen and Dave performing a few songs for us in the medicine cabinet. I think that's kind of cool. We should call it, instead of calling it like the amphitheater, call that our medicine cabinet.
Right, and that's where we pull
There we
all
go.
our prizes from, too. So it's going to be a real tight spot.
Ooh, I love tight.
Oh, my.
And also, don't forget to interact with the show while commenting on our website, yourweeklydose.com. You can also tweet us at yourweeklydose1, or if you prefer the book of faces, you can do that too, or email us at yourweeklydose1@gmail.com. And not only can you download the show for free from our website, but you can also subscribe to the show through iTunes, podbean.com, which sounds really sexual, podbean.com, and Google Play.
Well, we're that kind of a show, too. You know, we're a sexual show.
Like, who thought of that?
Yeah.
Podbean. And Google Play.
Sexual feeling.
God, I hate when you do that.
You can also send in remedies for PJ and her PMS.
Yeah.
My PMS.
Because duct tape and a cork is not working right now.
Right, seriously.
We thought it was better than the pink stuff, but it's not, apparently. So.
Well, it's
So-
like it's a double whammy
You're
because
telling
he's
me.
talking about PMS as well as like having all the gastric crap that goes on. It's like
So you're having it from both
everything
ends.
south of the equator is just out of commission at this point.
You poor boyfriend.
Yeah. No, seriously, he's a saint. He should be
yeah.
knighted into sainthood for just dealing with my shit.
You're blessed.
Oh, hey, that works too.
There you go. Yeah. So how are you feeling, sweetie? I mean,
Well, it's all right. It's okay. I think I just need a good gastroenterologist because every time I've gone to one, though, like they're like, "Oh, nothing's wrong with you. You just got a low reflux," and so I feel like,
no,
well,
you got a big reflux.
yeah, seriously, I was like, this ain't no small issue. So I think like I'm dealing with like food intolerances now, so I have to go on this like food elimination thing.
Are you
And that's
shitting me?
so,
Really?
Like, yeah. Well, I'm doing that just
Okay.
because I feel like it's certain foods that are causing me to feel like the biggest. Like I could have floated away Friday night.
How did this whole freaking country get that way? Because before it's like you never heard of like peanut allergies or lactose intolerant stuff or whatever, and now all of a sudden like we're in this realm.
Inbreeding. Definite inbreeding.
Freaking Prince Charles, man.
It's all the environmental chemicals that are affecting us from
You know what they
the
say
homes
that
what
we
it
live in, the
They-
homes we live in, and the air we breathe. and
Hold
everything.
up. The studies
Uh-oh.
are not definite yet on that.
Oh, they're
Because
indefinite.
They are indefinite because you have a group of people. It's just like global warming. You have a group of people that are saying it's happening, and then you have a group of people that are saying it's not happening. Which
Okay, I'm
clearly
sorry.
science has proven it's happening.
Global warming?
Yes.
We're fucking feeling it right now
Yes,
because it's like 110 outside.
Well, that temperature is not necessarily global warming. Okay,
No, I know.
so that's I know you're teasing about
Yeah.
that, but people will take you seriously, so that's why it's like no. That
Then they
yeah,
really
yeah.
haven't listened to this show.
Oh, everybody, message in and let us know if you're taking Sean seriously.
right.
Yeah, call me 562-449-3798. Call me and see if you can take me seriously because it's hot out there. And if you don't think it's hot, you're more Polish than I am.
Yeah. So it could be a combination of things that are in the environment,
Steve like that one.
or I mean, it's just it is. I think it's more of all the processed foods that we're eating, not necessarily, foods that are treated with like hormones and antibiotics, things like that. A lot of studies are still out on that.
Yeah.
But it's processed foods. Our stomachs were not
Designed for it.
Exactly. And so I think that's causing more distress, and then just genetics, like people with allergies, it's just something that's passed down that just now happens to be, like my mom has a ton of food intolerances and food allergies. She was, born in the 50s. So it's not that generation seemed to not have issues,
that
but
actually-
she had she had huge issues.
I remember, was it
So-
my wife Karen, her grandmother Larry, she was never allergic to carrots. Then for a number of years, she was allergic to carrots for whatever reason. And then all of a sudden, she could eat carrots again. It's like, what the
It's
hell?
your body definitely changes. Because I used to be able to, when I was a kid, could not tolerate milk. Then for like a period, I was like, yes, I can drink milk. Of course, cow's milk. And then now starting to like
Well,
get that
goat's milk.
intolerance. Goat's milk actually apparently is a really
It's better for
good
you from what I
milk.
understand. Yeah.
So, and it has less allergies to that. So, your body changes. So
I just-
changes.
I just thought of the quote. Was it from Meet the Fockers?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
I got nipples. Great. Can you milk me?
Yeah. You can milk anything.
We got nipples. But yeah, you feeling better though now, or?
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
Because you look the same.
Yeah, right. I still look like shit.
You
Thanks.
still look sexy. Absolutely.
Yeah, but yesterday was awful at work. I walked in, somebody jumped off the 110. It was terrible, and that's like the worst way to like walk into work, and you're like, oh God, not because of the implications, but because it's just a freaky situation. And then of course the big fire that's out in Latuna Canyon right now.
Right.
So that I had to deal with all of that yesterday, and people just going nuts in the newsroom. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
So,
I hope the tuna are okay.
Right.
So how was your week, Steve?
Well.
I'm going last because I could top all of you right now.
Let's go with driving Miss Daisy stories. Here we go.
My landlord has his in-laws are visiting from Colombia.
Oh, Colombia.
And they've never been here before.
Okay.
Okay, that was distracting. But he's been taking all the tourist stuff. So this middle-aged couple who have never been to the United States are now have been going to what's that thing up there with the Knights on Beach Boulevard?
The Knights?
Yeah, where the Knights joust and...
Oh, medieval times.
Medieval times. They've been to medieval times.
Okay.
Imagine what they thought of
Your
that.
family, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Family get together.
And this right now, they're in Vegas.
Oh,
that's going to be culture shock.
Smart people.
Yeah, but on Wednesday, they went to Disneyland.
Oh, cool.
And I guess there was a kind of a surprise for him because... He took them on the Tower of Terror, and it used to be, I mean, it was exciting. You go up and then you drop and everything.
But now it's different because
it's changed it.
Yeah.
And so now, under the Guardians of the Galaxy Escape, you get in the thing, and some stuff comes up on the screen. The next thing you know, they plummet you up as fast as they can get you up, and then they stop and pull it down out from under you. So you're like airborne, and then it's like going up and down and jerking. I was like, whoa, it's a pretty wild ride. And I guess these people are all like, oh my God. But
so they were also in gastric distress.
Yeah.
Me this week.
Yeah, they had to clear the
seats and everything.
Hazmat crew.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the way.
So, and then, I don't know. It's just been hot. I went to my friends Jen and David and Stacy last night, and we had chicken cordon bleu.
Oh, I love
and
that.
Mac and cheese and corn on the cob. And,
Ooh, now see, you could probably get the cordon bleu, cut it up, mix that in with the mac and cheese.
Yeah, mac and cheese cordon bleu.
That's a meal worth eating.
Oh, it was very good. Tonight.
Not for me.
Tonight I'm going again, and we're going to have sloppy joes.
Ooh.
Damn.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, if I could eat like you guys, that'd be like
yeah, but then you'll look like us though too. So I don't know if you really want that. Well, this week was an interesting week for me.
Okay.
So first of all, first week at new job.
All right.
So
Finally.
It was great. Yeah, tell me about it. It was great. It was cool. I mean, I got great bosses and everything. So half the time though, I kind of felt like I was kind of like twiddling my thumbs a little bit, still kind of get my feet wet of fixing certain things or whatever. So we've got some issues with some of the boards coming in and stuff, but we're working on it. So, but what was funny though, and I texted you during the week, PJ, because I'm going, oh my gosh, this is the first time I actually have to listen to the traffic report in over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a fun drive?
You know what? The drive isn't that bad. I can deal with it.
Yeah.
I really can. It's not that bad. But I'm like going, oh my gosh, I can listen now to the report on the way in and coming home. So and I go most of the time you're doing the afternoon stuff and everything. So I was kind of excited or whatever and see if I could hear it. And of course I get part of it because my mom and I talk on the way home. So I was like, oh, I can't hear the news, darn. So, but
hold on, Mom. I gotta listen to how to get home. Yeah.
So, but no, it's kind of cool though, because for the first time in over 10 years, I actually have to listen to the traffic now. Like going, holy crap! Like, so this is what other people do.
Yeah. Seriously.
Oh, I have navigation in Pandora, so I don't listen to the radio at all.
Just for all those people out there who do listen, please don't call the tip line asking for a personal report like, what's going on? I can't tell you if I had a dime for how many times I heard, what's going on with the 405? drive. Well, dumbass, it's LA.
And not only that, you wouldn't be here because you'd be rich.
Seriously, right?
What time is it?
Exactly. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm stopped in traffic. Well, sir, maybe if you listen to the report that's coming up, you'll find out. Gosh, I'd be rich if I had a dime for all those type of reports. They're like, can you tell me I'm trying to get into, Long Beach? How is it looking? And I'm just like, no. Shut your face. So, but yeah, hopefully we'll get you through, man.
Oh yeah, no, it's been good so far. I've been finding different routes to get there. So it's like I'm actually taking half side streets to get there.
Yeah.
And then half freeway. So it's like I'm taking, was it Catella, which turns into Willow, and I'm taking that side street all the way up just before I hit the 710, and then I catch it right at about the 405 at the 710, and it's a little bit of bumper to bumper, but I mean I'm moving like between 25 to 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I mean it's about a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, which is
so
typical.
it's not that bad.
Not that bad.
No, it's pretty good. So I'm enjoying it. So far.
Well, I've been driving it every
see.
day, but I get the.
Yeah, but you get paid.
Yeah.
I get paid.
You get paid.
And we get to use the HOV lane.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't. But you know what? Last week, though, after our show and everything, I went to go see a buddy of mine. We were trying to get together to do some songwriting, too. And stopped in at the sports bar to just get a quick bite and everything to eat. And I got a little pissed because I was...
Why, they bite you too hard?
No, I was enjoying... I wish they would, though, because she was cute. But I was enjoying watching the Little League World Series.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Isn't that cool?
Loving it, enjoying it, like I do every year. Some Nimrod comes over and changes the channel and puts on a women's basketball. The WNBA.
What's so bad about that?
It's layup-tastic.
Yeah.
Hey, I know one of
know.
the Sparks dancers.
Yeah, get her in here. Have her dance for us.
Well, she teaches school, too. I wonder if she'd be
Well,
able
have her
to
teach us.
come on Saturday.
Here's the thing, though. Like,
get a hold
women,
of her.
WNBA is more strategy. You have to.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of watching the NBA right now just because it's like, oh, look at the superstar. Oh, they're dunking. Like, it's not a game anymore. It's just boring.
Oh, no.
So, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
just how
But I'm
I
just
feel
like,
about it.
really, we were watching and you're turning on
A different thing.
that.
Yeah.
There wasn't really it was just a normal game, I think. Nothing else really exciting.
I'm shocked. I would think you liked watching women
So-
run around a court.
Different kind of court.
Those are
But-
a little bit different kind of women.
But, yeah, absolutely. But I must say, though, Roman got to go to a game last Sunday,
Yeah.
and he got to meet AC Green at the game.
Cool.
Former Laker.
Oh, yeah. He was really cool.
So which was kind of cool. So, and then Sunday also, I wanted to go, but I couldn't go with him to the game. But I got to do demo radio, which we went on with Gary Rassa down at KTST-FM in Anaheim. Because Kira, the gal that does all the videography for Gary, it was her last day.
Oh,
So she's leaving and going to England for school.
he's going to school.
Going to school in England. And so basically he asked her who would she like to have come in for her last day. And she actually requested me.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's kind of cool.
There you go.
Special.
You have at least one fan.
I do. So she was a sweetheart. So we'll get some of the interview up and everything. So, but then to kind of end,
cake.
to also kind of like top everything off this week, and I'm lucky we're on the air right now, but the main computer went down. Completely.
Yeah.
All my programs are gone, and I have to reload everything or
And
whatever.
that's like when I have PMS. You don't want to be around you
You get reloaded?
when shit goes down, man.
She reboots once a month.
I try.
So yeah, and then I realized, holy cow, my computer is like over 6 years old. So it's like, yeah, probably time to upgrade and get something new and everything. So we got to do that soon. So we better kind of stressing out.
And that's like a
everything.
money problem too, because it's just everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, now I
And
gotta
then you
like,
got to figure out
pay
which
for
way is the
this.
least expensive way to go. Do I have somebody to help me build my own? Kind of like we were talking earlier about your boyfriend and everything. To build your own, is it cheaper to go that way? But then, but do I have to pay for the software for all the systems and stuff because I don't get it if I buy the computer and all that stuff? And if I do get something, can I also modify it in
the way that you need
the
it.
way that I need it to go for my needs and stuff? So, yeah, so I got that. But last thing,
Yeah.
is that I found out by accident the other night that a buddy of mine is in town.
Wow.
Whoa,
Shut up, Steve. That gentleman up there on the wall, Mr. Chips Enough from the band Enough's Enough, they're touring. They did a show out, I think, in Riverside it was, and then another show locally. Last night they were in Vegas, and then they're on their way back right now, and they'll be playing the Slide Bar tonight in Fullerton, and then tomorrow up in Hollywood. So I'm going to go down to the Slide Bar and everything and talk to Chip and
slide right in.
And show my press pass.
Right.
You know, you got to help me get one. And,
right.
and
I already have
the
one.
high school lunch
I already
pass.
have one. It's my badge.
I want it. Can you make a copy? Get a copy of it?
No. It has my face on it unless you want to completely like Michael Jackson yourself.
Oh, can I?
All they'd have to do is just say he was having a bad day when they took it.
It's real pale. Real pale.
Oh, you're darkening your hair, huh? So anyway, but yeah, talk to Chip and see if I can get a quick interview with him and stuff and everything. So it'll be fun. It'll be good to see him. I haven't seen him for a few years and everything. So
all right.
it'll be fun. It'll be neat.
Really cool. So of course, I know you guys talked about this last week as well, but Hurricane Harvey.
You know what? Hurricane Harvey, it is.
It's still an ongoing.
It's going to be an ongoing thing for a while. And to get a little bit serious for a moment, which don't like to do too much on the show, but the whole thing with this is that when my mom and I were first talking about the hurricane, I told her, you know what? It's not the hurricane that's going to do the damage. I told her right away it's going to be the flooding.
Oh, for sure.
You know, that's what they're going to have to worry about. The devastation that we've seen out there, I mean, it's just been horrific in different parts of Texas, certain parts of Houston and everything in the different cities, the surrounding cities. Matter of fact, Steve McClintock, who's coming in, he's actually from Beaumont also.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, I want to talk to Steven about that. But, the best thing to do, you want to help out, and there's going to be so many people out there, I think, that are going to try and take advantage of the situation and try and rip people off. So I think the key thing is go with the organizations that you know for sure that are helping. So, for example, the American Red Cross. Just go to their website, which is, I think, AmericanRedCross.org. Mm-hmm. Go to them, do your donations there. Don't go to anybody else or whatever, because you never know who it's going to go to. That way, your money is definitely going to go to those who are helping.
Oh, for sure.
Overall.
And can you believe it's crazy that there are people out there that want to take advantage of the situation, but there are also a lot of great people out there doing some great work.
There are some great stories that are coming out from there, and it's just amazing on what's going on and how people are truly coming together
in
for
the
this.
most interesting ways too. I found this story. Hurricane Harvey dumped about like 20 trillion gallons of water on Texas.
It's like 52 inches or something like that it rained on, and they're expecting. It's amazing.
Incredible. You can also Google how to save your car after it's been flooded with water. You can Google that. It has to do with the spark plugs, pulling those out first. So YouTube that.
Kind of blowing on. And then
right.
Put a screw back in.
Actually, taking out the spark plugs kind of does that. So
you might want to let it cool off a little.
So I think it's already been chilling.
Yeah, no kidding.
But this one was really funny.
Steve.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
An elderly couple in Houston, they were trapped in their house. Uh-huh. And so what was funny, instead of calling like 911, they called Chick-fil-A. And they ordered 2 breakfast burritos and a boat. And what was funny is the restaurant was closed because of the flooding, but the manager was there, and they ended up rescuing those people on a jet ski.
That's cool. But I love the fact that they ordered 2 breakfast burritos and a boat.
Right?
Or a boat.
Yeah. Right?
Well, there was 7 employees at a Mexican bakery in Houston, and they were trapped at work for 2 days this week, which is scary. Who wants to be at work for 2 days?
Yeah, those toilets are going to be cluttered at that Mexican bakery. Hooey!
And they knew the people would need food, so they baked 1,000 loaves of bread and handed them out to the shelters around the city. How cool is that?
That's amazing. That's super amazing.
I can't even.
Yeah, he can't.
Oh, yeah. Steve uses glasses.
See that from
here. Okay, so there's this manager of a Pizza Hut in Sugar Land, Texas. They found out that people were.
I love that group.
Right?
I read that.
We're running out of food. So what they did is this is great. The manager and the employees used kayaks to deliver over 120 free pizzas, and they're going to keep doing it until the store runs out.
But how do you, I mean, because some of the addresses are covered up and everything. How do you get there? Oh, we're just right off the river.
Yeah.
Rolling
on a river with pizza.
23-year-old guy near Beaumont, Texas, found out it might be several days before his family and neighbors got airlifted out by a helicopter. So he and his uncle went around with a boat and rescued about 50 people, including several babies too as well.
Oh, amazing!
Save the babies.
They were saying too, it's really difficult in Texas they weren't prepared for how much flooding, and they needed so many more boats. And they're like,
Oh, yeah.
they're like, for sure next time. Like, I mean, you can't anticipate, you can't prepare, but you don't really know what's going to happen until it happens. So
Yeah.
it's just amazing that people who were able to have boats could get around and help other
with
people.
all the rednecks are there, it seems like they'd have plenty of boats.
Just a bunch of dinghies. Let's see here. Also, a lot of livestock have been stranded too. I saw a video real quick where they were trying to get a herd out, onto
All
the
those
streets.
longhorns, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, a group near Houston has been going around rescuing animals on horseback.
What?
Yeah, there's a Facebook video where you can find a horse stuck in its pen in about 5 feet of water, and they helped it get it out. So, which is really cool.
And the other last really, really cool story is Pizza Hut. Oh, no, I think I already talked
Yeah,
about
I was
this
gonna say,
one.
did we read that?
Yeah. This was her name, by the way, was Shada Habib. She was the branch manager, so they went out delivering
Habib.
kayaks.
I love
like
it.
that.
I love it.
So, so pizzas were getting around. Chick-fil-A
Bread.
was getting boats around. We had a Mexican bakery, and then people rescuing livestock.
Which is great. So, I mean, a lot of good stories are coming out, and this is when people really need to come together. But once again, if you want to donate or anything like that, I mean, if you want to go out there yourselves to help out, I've seen some people do that too as well. But if you want to donate, again, for the American Red Cross, that way you're basically
You're
funds.
donating someone good to good.
Yeah, it's going to go somewhere
legit.
for sure. Yeah, legitimate, basically.
Yeah.
So, which is really nice. So, definitely donate. And again, it's AmericanRedCross.org. Why don't we go ahead and play this really cool song?
Don't know if y'all know it.
I think you guys might, and
You'll figure out why.
yeah, you will. Yeah, you
Surely.
will.
All this time, I knew
All right, everybody. Well, if that song sounds familiar, that's because in the room today we have with us two gentlemen. One of them who co-wrote that song. The men that we actually have us before today have written many top 40 hits that have been sung by Andy Williams, Tiffany, Pat Boone, Juice Newton, Danny Shirley of the Confederate Railroad, and Six Wire. Also, he's co-written numerous songs with Tim James, Victoria Shaw, the Nelson Brothers. He's also wrote the song Maybe Love for the Jetsons movie, Edge of a Dream for Space Mutiny. And together in here in the room, he's been a part of the musical group Fertitta and McClintock, which you guys have been together since the 70s. They won the overall grand prize and Best Duo Group at the International Music Awards. Plus, Stephen has won the BMI Songwriter Award for Tiffany's Billboard Hot 100 hit song, All This Time, which you just heard. So please welcome to the program my friend and single songwriter Stephen McClintock and his partner Dave Fertitta.
Hey, yes.
Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
How you guys doing this morning?
Good.
Yeah, good. It's a little cooler in here, and
It's nice in here, actually.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I got the air conditioner going and everything.
Yeah.
So, first off, Steve, I want to get something out of the way. We were just talking about it a little while ago, because I know where you're from, which is Beaumont, Texas.
Yeah.
And I think you both are, right?
Both we are.
Yeah.
Both are. Okay. Family doing okay over there? Or?
Doing okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have most of my family is not there, but all my friends, my old friends, are
Right.
there, and most of them have evacuated,
Okay.
or they're at a high position. When they turned the water off, that changed everybody. They were willing to sit it out as long as everything was working, but
Right.
once water's off for 3 days, then you start to have problems. So
Yeah.
they took off, and they're in mid-Texas or Louisiana or whatever, kind of to get out of the way. But the waters, I heard on the friend of mine today said one of the I-10 areas opened up today to get through. So
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
so they'll start moving.
Gradually. I just
Yeah.
talked to my sister this morning. So
Yeah.
And she doing okay, David?
She's
or?
doing okay. She actually, where her house is, she's out of electricity and water, but she's staying with her son, and apparently he has electricity
Okay.
and all that, so that's good. No water, but they have a pool, so they're using pool water for
I think they got a bigger pool
other
right
things
now.
that they do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been pretty trying. Yeah, it's bad.
Well, good. Well, hopefully everything works out for both your family and friends out there.
It's on its way out.
We're kind of used to it. I mean, we're not used to 50 inches of rain in 2
That's
days.
what I couldn't believe. Is
But,
how much
but we're
rain
used to
there
hurricanes.
was.
We grew up with them. You know,
Right.
I was 2 times in my homes that the water was this high inside the house
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
wow.
You know, so it's not abnormal.
So
Right.
you've always got swimsuits ready.
You're ready.
Exactly.
And
Gotcha.
our bunk beds. That's why we had bunk beds. Stick the kids on the bunk beds. The snakes are going by. The rats are going
Oh my
by.
gosh!
Yeah.
Oh, really, Steven?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
That's scary, man.
One time my dad pulled up to the front door and knocked on the door, and I jumped off the bed and waded through a foot of water, opened the door, and there's my dad in the boat.
Oh my gosh.
And he had been out rescuing
people.
Yeah.
So, hey, what do you want for breakfast? And just wheeling by. That's
Yeah, well, I'm pretty proud of our Texans.
Yeah.
We get a lot of crap because we're from the South and people don't understand Southerners, really. They think we're all bigots and racist.
my
and we're
family's-
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah.
my family's a semi-southerner because most of my family is from El Paso.
Yeah.
So we're like at the most western part
well,
of the
you
state.
can.
but
I mean,
we're still from Texas.
you can
though.
look at the news is trying so desperately to find some crappy stuff to go on, and they're not. You know,
They can't.
and they can't because everybody's really doesn't give
Focusing
a
on it.
crap about what color they are, or what you know, what their lifestyle is like. They don't care. They're just helping them.
Yeah.
We
And
were
that's
just
a big
talking
thing.
about some of those stories about the way people are delivering pizzas and
Yeah.
saving
Yeah.
people in jet skis and just all these
Yeah.
different.
One guy I know in
The
Austin
animals.
bought a boat this weekend so he can go there and help people.
Wow.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's great.
I know it's like
That's great.
okay,
No,
Yeah.
they definitely step up to the plate.
yeah, it's Texas.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Well, you don't mess with Texas,
Uh-uh.
Harvey.
No,
That's right.
No,
Go back home, Harvey.
Well, let's get into the nitty gritty of things. So both of you guys are songwriters yourselves.
What? I didn't know we were talking to songwriters. After that long list of awards and stuff.
well, you missed some of David's awards. I mean, he's had.
You know, I was trying to find some
Diamond-
more stuff
Diamond
on
Rio
David,
and,
it was hard to find stuff on you.
Sammy, what's Sammy's last
Not
name?
a lot.
Diamond
Not a lot.
Rio, and what's the girl's name?
Lori
Lori
Morgan.
Morgan.
Okay.
Sammy Kershaw. I mean, you know, he's got
Cool.
some stuff.
Yeah. So what?
David Pomerantz. Don't forget David
That's
Pomerantz.
right.
So what led you guys to be songwriters individually?
Well, I wanted to be like him.
Really?
Aw, it's so sweet.
Yeah, when I was in high school, we were in high school.
Right.
I was in this a trio, an acoustic trio, which Steve really kind of liked. He wanted to be a part of that. And,
Except it was a trio, and that would have made it a 4-piece.
Hey guys, I'll carry
They
you.
didn't really want me.
Hey guys, I'll carry your
equipment,
cases for you.
Well,
Can I carry your cases?
I didn't know better at that time. So anyway, with this trio, it was like when we graduated from high school. Okay, we did our last gig like in Florida, and then one of the guys had to go off to college, so we lost him, and that's when Steve. He stepped in and took that guy's place. Okay.
Sneaky.
Right. Yeah. we called the
all part of the big plan, right?
Of course, when he got there to Florida, there was no college.
No, he went to Notre Dame.
I'm just kidding.
But anyway,
See, told you there was no college.
but anyway, so he took over that guy's place, and with the remaining other guy. Can we mention names?
Yeah,
Sure.
It was David Vincent.
Okay.
And that lasted for about.
He's in prison now, so that's what I was wondering.
Exactly.
Just
that.
kidding.
Wow.
That David Vincent.
Or worse.
No, he's
Number
not.
00553322.
No, just saw him in Nashville. He's alive and well.
No, he's doing great. Anyway, that lasted for like about a month, and then he and I became a duo after that, and that's when it kind of,
Yeah,
kinda
David
realized it.
was the first guy I knew that wrote songs and
Oh, okay.
and not just wrote stuff, but like real songs that you go from the beginning to the end, and it was a real thought all the way through for those 3 minutes. And he knew how to he just knew how to instinctively. And so for me, I was always like, God, how do you do that? Now, also at that time, I didn't play any instrument at all except piano and very little of that.
Right.
And so these guys were acoustic guitars, and that's what I wanted to do. But I'd never picked one up, so I didn't pick one up until
So
we
David
got
is
together.
almost kind of like your mentor to a degree.
Yeah, he
there.
was my mentor.
Wow.
That's
Sad
scary.
but true.
Scary, actually. Yeah.
So you taught him to play the guitar.
No, he
I
wouldn't
did
dare
not.
do that. I had to really learn on my own, pretty much.
So
A
David,
little bit of help from Brian
so,
Kalanick. I'll
David,
give
where
that.
did you learn to songwrite then overall? Because I mean, back in those days, I mean, there was no songwriting schools per se.
Yeah, no. You just did it because you're listening to all these great musicians, and that's what you want to do, and you spend hours every day playing your guitar, and you just do it. Yeah, there's no. I probably should have, if in retrospect, perhaps, and if there had been a school, maybe.
Right.
But probably not. We were talking about your son downstairs. And
yeah.
He's 13, and your wife said he knows everything. Well, that's kind of the way I was too. So
Most 13-year-olds are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So I probably would have gone to school or anything.
He
but,
wasn't exactly easy to get along with back in the day.
Yeah, well, you really want to talk about all of that?
I would. I'd finally like to get it out, if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
Hey,
Your
we like
weekly
to
dose
dig
of
deep
dirty
in.
laundry.
Welcome to therapy session.
But he could write songs, and he sang beautifully, and he played guitar like nobody had ever seen. So the other two guys were good at it, and they were probably, I don't know, John Steinman was a
John's
really
great.
excellent guitar player.
No, he's great.
But I didn't care about that. I cared about the delivery and the passion, and that's what David had. And the other guys were just supporting him, in my mind, in my view.
Right.
So when we got a chance to play in Houston, he called me up, and he was going to play a Holiday Inn, I think it was, and he asked if I'd play it.
Actually, the first gig was the Steak and Ale. Remember the?
Oh yeah, the
incident
Steak and
with
Ale. Well,
the-
that was
the
Was it the
microphone
Waffle
being-
House?
no, the Steak and Ale. No, it was the Steak and Ale. We played 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the third member had a little cocktail too many and got up and kicked the microphone cord right out of the wall.
Wow.
And the management threw us out.
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
was it.
yeah. I didn't want to say that, but
No. We didn't mention his name. It's 056057.
So after that and everything, so how soon did you guys start writing songs together overall? And how did that dynamic work also?
We didn't.
we were sort of right. We were
tried.
in Houston after that gig dissolved, and and he and I started, because we played at a Holiday Inn. He was right. We did that together, and we played at the Houston Oaks Hotel is in the Galleria. That was the first like major indoor shopping mall.
Okay.
In Houston, and we played at the Lions Bar there. And it
was a real prestigious place to play. Actually,
Okay.
It actually was.
Who was the actor that was? He worked in.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Ghost. What's his name?
Yeah,
Patrick Swayze?
Patrick Swayze. He was one of the guys. There was a ice rink in the middle.
Oh, wow.
Of the mall. Yeah, it's like this 3-tiered, indoor mall. And
the first one in the country, I think.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And he was one of the guys that kind of, when the girls fell, he'd like,
sweep
go
up and pick them up
and stuff.
That was his whole career.
That was his career.
He made a living out of it.
That was the highlight of his career.
Yeah.
But that was the place we could woodshed, right? I mean, we played, I don't know, 6 hours a night or 5 hours a night, something crazy like that. And we just we practiced live and got paid.
5. But then we sort of started writing then, but not really until when I moved out to California. And then like 6-7 months later, he moved out because we got back together because we'd broken up. And he'd gone on.
It was Steven's fault, though, right?
It was his fault, absolutely. I'm glad you said that, and I didn't have to bring it up. So
no, I was very proud of the fact it was my fault.
But anyway.
Well, you'd learned everything there was to learn. So.
Okay, now why did I put this guy up there? Huh?
I idolized him for what reason?
But it really wasn't until he came out here, and then we got signed. We were signed, and that's when we really kind of started writing together.
And you guys got signed to Arista Records, right?
Yeah,
when it
Clive
first formed.
Clive
We
Davis.
First,
what an icon to get signed to.
That was pretty amazing.
I mean, I wish I had known more about everything in life because
Well, you weren't 13, that's why.
The fact that we
it wasn't.
the fact that we had
we weren't 13.
the fact we got to sit there with Clive Davis in the bungalow 12 or 5, whatever it was, in the Beverly Hills Hotel and play live for this icon.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and I didn't appreciate it to the fullest extent that I would now, of course.
Well, yeah, when you were kids then, you didn't know what Clive would become either.
Yeah, we finished playing our 3 or 4 or 5 songs that we played for him, just one of the ones we're going to do for you today.
Oh, cool.
And he goes, I like it. Do you want to sign with the Arista Records? Be on my label?
Wow.
And we just went,
And we said no. We were actually looking for Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Are we in the wrong bungalow?
It's just bungalow 3. Sorry. No. So we took it, and at the meantime, before that happened, we got signed to a publishing company. Our first gig in California was the Improv. On a Monday night for a BMI showcase.
It was actually every Wednesday night.
Wednesday, that's what it was.
At the Improv, they used to have this. It was called Songwriter Showcase, and it was.
I think they still hold those.
Do they still have?
I think
that?
BMI does, but in certain cities at certain times and stuff.
Well, yeah.
This was every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, and obviously gave unknown writers the opportunity to play for at least some. There was always at least one person from the business there. So you knew you had the opportunity to play your stuff for somebody in the industry. So the night that we did it, the VP for BMI was there, Neil Anderson. And so he came up to us after we did our 4 songs, and we were in the the foyer area in the front, and he's a very animated man, and and I kind of thought, what is this guy? Is this guy hitting on us? What? we were kind of new to.
Was it in West Hollywood or?
Well, that is in West Hollywood. The Improv is in West Hollywood, but and he gave us his card, and I thought to myself, it's not real. But he said, call me tomorrow morning, and so I called him the next day, and he obviously was who he was, and this man, he took us under his wing. Awesome. Literally got
signed us to BMI, gave us money.
Yeah, that's right. Signed us to BMI, sent us out to at least 22 of the major publishing companies.
Wow.
He even got us auditions with even a few of the record labels people. Yeah. He was the one that really got us going, because 3 out of seeing, after we saw everybody in town, 3 publishing companies were interested with Arista Publishing, United
made
Publishing,
us offers.
and Island Music.
Damn.
And we actually ended up going with Island because they were really the only ones that were, willing to look at us as an act,
as a recording act,
as opposed to just staff writers.
Well,
right.
they actually wrote it in contract that they would actively go out and get us a record deal.
So that's how the record deal came about because we'd written these 2 ballads, Can't Change Your Mind and Be There by Your Side, which had been submitted to Arista Records. And they were on hold. One was on hold with Barry Manilow, Can't Change Your Mind.
Wow.
And Randy Edelman, who was a top songwriter back then, who wrote songs for Barry. He wrote Weekend in New England. He was
I love that tune.
I know, beautiful. He was going to do Be There by Your Side. So that kind of was our step. Because of that, we
had Clive's ear a bit.
Yeah, well, Lionel Conway, who was the president of Island Music at the time, he said, "Do you want to hear this group, who the writers of these songs?" And he agreed, and that's how we ended up doing the bungalow thing.
Wow. How much has the industry, do you guys feel, has changed as far as songwriting is then versus now? Do you think also that newer songwriters coming up have the same opportunities that you guys did, or do you think it's less or more?
That's a good question. It's different.
It's different,
Absolutely
but it goes
different.
through cycles like everything else. Like seasons. I mean, you get to a certain point. I mean, looking back, I feel that our opportunities might have been greater than my daughter's opportunities might be. But at the same, on that other side of the coin, is we didn't have internet. We didn't have all these ways to promote ourselves and push ourselves. So had we had a slight bit of that closer to this side, who knows what could have happened, But I think the opportunity for us then was you write songs from the heart and you're passionate about it. And we didn't write to a track. We didn't, have a loop.
Right.
We didn't have any of that stuff. We wrote. We started with either one musical inspiration or one lyrical inspiration, and then we worked at it until we got it right. And I think we still do that as writers, but I think the fact that we could go to BMI and see 22 publishing companies in a 2-week period wouldn't happen the same way today.
Yeah,
no one wants to step out and put themselves on the line like that today. It's that.
So do you think that the internet and stuff has changed drastically the way you do things, or is it not that big a deal to you?
The way we do things, or just in general?
You guys.
Well,
yeah. I mean, we pitched that. I mean, I pitched that way. And the internet. Yesterday I had a sheet that I do every month that comes from England, and it's I pay for it, and it's leads basically, that say who's looking for what, and each one of those leads, it tells you exactly how they want to receive their music. Not like you just put a cassette in the mail and send it
and
or drop
pray to
it
God
off.
that somebody gets it.
One wants it by link, one wants it by SoundCloud, one wants it as an MP3, one wants a Dropbox.
Jeez.
And so it's changed the way you do business of music more so than the songwriting. I mean, I think.
Well, I think also in terms of new, young kids. I mean, they with the internet and being able to record, they can do so much at home.
Well, look at us.
Exactly, and create, great tracks and all of that. And you didn't have that. That potential back in those days, when the dinosaurs were still walking on the earth. We had pet dinosaurs.
I believe it.
Still left. When
I can see that you believe it.
I do.
That's what scares
and I'm
me.
jealous because I've always wanted a Dino. I've always wanted a Dino.
You're saying you knew Fred and Wilma personally?
Exactly. They were my neighbors.
First cousins, I think, weren't they?
I grew up next to Fred and Wilma. Across the street, actually, was Johnny and Edgar Winters.
And that's true.
That is
Well,
actually
that's cool.
true. I lived.
But does that make Stephen Barney
Fred,
Ruppelman?
Wilma, Johnny, and Edgar.
Yeah, Fred and Wilma were on the left side. Johnny and Edgar were across the street. Anyway, but so in that respect, I think it is a big difference in
Yeah, my daughter puts our songs on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And she not only records her own original stuff, but she does a ton of covers. And she has covers that are on SoundCloud that she has 100,000 listens.
Jeez,
on SoundCloud.
Well, she's got a fantastic voice.
And she's but she's a kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Can we mention her name?
Yeah, her name is Tessa Delee. Delee.
Yeah.
Tessa
She's
DeLee.
dropped my last name some reason. I don't know why.
Maybe
Tessa
she wants to make
DeLee.
it on her own, you know?
That's exactly
so,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Except when she needs me to call somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Daddy, can you?
Yeah,
Would you
right.
mind?
But Tessa, I mean, I've heard some of her stuff, and she plays piano, she plays guitar, she's got a phenomenal voice.
Yeah, she's exceptional,
You know,
if I do say so myself.
She's better than you, Stephen.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad you said that.
I guarantee, I'm the first to say when she was 12 years old, she was writing songs that
How about
I
5?
still can't write.
She is.
Yeah, 10
she's
years old at least, for sure.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Really.
She
really
has a song
is.
called "The Sound" she wrote, I think, when she was 9, and played it for the piano on me when she was 10. And the lyrical thing of this, I'm going, how'd that get there? How's she getting that? Where's that coming from? And so it's crazy.
Yeah, so she's definitely following your footsteps. And your son too is kind of following a little bit too as well, right?
Both of my kids, both of my kids busk on 2nd Street. Any given night of the week, you can find one of my 2
I
kids.
think I'm going to be joining them soon.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And they love it.
Now, Dave, do you have any kids also?
I
or-
do not that I know of.
Okay, cool. Typical answer. I love that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I always answer like they ask me, "Do you have any kids?" I go, "One that I'm aware of," because he lives with me, and that's it. That's about it. Other than that, I don't know.
I have 6 that I'm aware. No, never mind.
Yeah, really.
Now, as far as excuse me, as far as when you guys get together, or even individually, do you have an idea of like when you're done with a song, going, "Wow, that's a good song there," or do you always, or is there a sense of like it could need reworking or whatever, on that?
Well, I for me, once I'm to that point, that it's finished. There's been a lot of the other you just said. I mean, you go through and make changes until it's right.
Until you keep massaging
You
it.
rewrite.
Really, yeah. I mean, when I finish something, it's finished. But there's been a lot of work to get to that point.
Do you ever go
changing?
So once it's done, it's there. You don't go, well, I could go back and do this or do that.
Nothing. I would say maybe I might change one word or whatever, but no, it's done.
But because the work has already been done. I mean, that
that's
song
what
may have taken him
right.
6
Okay.
months
All
or
that
3
you were
months or a
talking
year.
about, right?
Or
10.
Or 10 years. I mean, there are songs that you come back. I just did one recently that I had what I loved the idea on, and it was kind of a finished song, but it wasn't really, because I didn't go out and play it. I didn't pitch it. I didn't
Right.
demo it. So in my mind, there was something about it not done. And I took it to Nashville and kind of sung this guy the idea, and he goes, "Let's do that." And so we rewrote the song 10 years later. Yeah.
Sometimes it'll sit on the shelf for a long time. Other times, and we hear so many stories too, like how sometimes you're at a restaurant or whatever, and all of a sudden,
Right.
bam, something pops in, and you've got it done within 10, 15 minutes or
Right,
something.
right.
That's a rarity, I think.
Yeah, and yeah.
I mean, I challenge most people that have written a song in 10 or 15 minutes just how good that song's going to be. But it happens. I mean,
Yeah.
Granny was written that way. I wrote it in the time it took me to get it out.
Wow.
And I was sitting on the banks of an Irish lake, and I had no guitar. It was buried and under my stuff, and I just wrote it and sang it in my cassette player,
And that
and
was
I didn't
it.
change one single thing on that.
Wow. Now, I know there's different approaches to songwriting overall. What is your guys' approach when you go, okay, I want to sit down and write something? How is it that you guys approach the paper?
Is it lyrics first? Is it a
Melody?
tune?
Well, I don't know exactly how it would work for you.
Well, in our case, in the past, we were writing, like when we wrote the first 2 songs that we wrote. We were working for a particular thing. We were trying to writing good ballads, and we were trying to get into that crowd of who's going to cut these things.
A lot of the stuff that we
staff
wrote,
writers.
though, really back then, it would be a situation where, like, he would come up with a verse of something, and I go, "Wow, I like that," and maybe I would put a chorus to it.
Yeah.
There was
vice
a song,
versa.
Yeah, same thing. And he had written a song with another songwriter that they had that I thought that didn't have it. It was completed. They had finished it, but I thought it could use a hook, and so I just wrote a hook for that particular song. So that's kind of I don't think we ever kind of just sat down together with not having something and just tried to put start something together. It was always kind of like he would start an idea, or I'd start an idea, and then we could
kind of bring
complete
something
it.
to the table
Yes, we
in
could
pieces and
complete
portions.
it right after that. So,
But in a normal day, I mean, it can be any inspiration. It can be a melody thing for me, or a lyric idea. I mean, I write something down every day, or sing something into my phone every day.
Right.
And I just go back a few months later and I'll listen to things. And once in a while I'll get a strong enough inspiration on my own just to go work on it. But typically, I tend to write more for projects and stuff. If I'm writing I write more as a business almost now.
Gotcha.
To some degree, but it's all inspired by something, and it can come from any direction.
Cool. One thing I wanted to touch on with you, Stephen, is the song "All This Time." We played it a little bit earlier. How did that song come about, and how did it get into with Tiffany?
Well, that song was 1980 October, and my first wife decided to go back to Texas, and so I was in this. We'd just gotten this house a couple of months before, this new house in Laguna Niguel. And I was there by myself. And all of a sudden, the reality of being by myself was real,
Started to set in.
And then I got a phone call from a payphone from Tim James, who was a guy that I'd been kind of working with a couple of years on songs. And he asked me, he was checking in on me, how you doing? I know she just left, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I just don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all this time I got on my hands. I mean, I feel like I'm just... And he said, let me call you back.
Wow.
So about 20 minutes later, he called with this lyric idea, and I wrote it down.
Yeah.
And then I wrote some melody to it. And when he got to another stopping, he was on his way to San Francisco, got to another stopping place, he called me again. We didn't have cell phones.
Right. Payphones.
Yeah, payphones. You pull over and make
Will
a
you
call.
please accept this collect call?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's how that song came about.
Wow.
And pretty much that melody, a couple of changes on melody, but that melody was written exactly to his lyric. I didn't alter his lyric
Right.
at all. I mean, almost, I don't think at all.
Right.
He might tell you differently, but I don't think so. And then
he'd be lying.
Yeah, he'd be lying. And then we performed it not long after that at a K. Parker's potluck
Really?
luncheon.
At a potluck, I like that.
And that where everybody came and brought food, and all these songwriters is pop luck. Everybody,
That's funny.
and everybody played and said it, and they played songs. Everybody
We got to
ate
do
and
that
talked.
here then, man.
Yeah. And we played that song, and Alan Rich and those kind of guys just went nuts over that thing.
Wow.
And everybody's going, that is a cut. You're going to get that cut. You're going to get that cut.
And then you got it cut.
9 years later. We got that cut.
Yeah, exactly.
And we pitched that to everybody. There was never anyone that said they didn't like it.
Right.
Just didn't cut it.
It just didn't fit
So it wasn't
the
until
artist at that
It
time.
wasn't until the second album on Tiffany we finally got it cut.
Wow. And did somebody else pitch it to her, or how did it get chosen to go on the album?
Well, I had written it after David and I left Island. I went to work for Welk Group, which was Vogue Music and some classic publishing companies. And I wrote that song during that time, during the 80s, right? So that was their song. And after the second album, George Tobin, the producer for Tiffany, of the first album, said he wanted to get a big ballad. And we said, well, we got this great ballad. He said, that's great, but it's with another publishing company.
Oh.
So he wouldn't take it if it wasn't with his company.
Oh, jeez.
So we actually went back to my friend Dean Kay, who was running the company at the time. You've seen his name around probably.
Yeah.
But that works for ASCAP and stuff. Yeah. And he let me buy back the entire catalog.
Wow.
And in that catalog was All This Time. So I bought the entire catalog for not very much money.
Right.
And because I still owed them money, right? I mean,
Right.
that's you got advances each week to write songs. And so I bought it, and I took the song over to George Tobin, and he cut it.
Wow.
And it was number 6 pop, number 1 AC.
Yeah, and they got you a BMI award too.
Got a BMI award for 1 million plays. Well, now it's closer to 2 million plays, I think.
Jeez, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Slowly catching up with your daughter.
So
It's going to take a while.
yeah, Stephen. Earlier you mentioned about being in Nashville, and I've been fortunate enough to be in Nashville a couple of times myself and everything, but from my understanding too, writing with guys in Nashville is a little bit different. Where everybody seems like they sit in a room and everything, and you it's like going to work. That's what you do and everything.
Yeah.
How is that a little bit different, or the experience different of that approach versus, let's say, when you guys write or just getting together writing on your own?
Well, we had in Island, in the house that we worked in at Island, we were there back in '78. We had work rooms. It was the same sort of thing. Nashville's just that on steroids, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we did the same thing. We'd sit in a room with a blank piece of paper and go, "What do you write?" And then we'd step outside and write this bridge section, or so we've done that from the beginning. That was a lot of great training, I think, for both of us. To have to think about it, you have to sit there and people are paying you to write music.
Yeah,
you have
and
a job.
That's pressure.
To do. That's pressure. I ended up really liking that pressure. So when I went to work in Nashville, and finally when I took a job with Sony for 3 years, I loved it. And sometimes we'd write 3 songs in a day.
Yeah. How was it for you, David? Did you feel that pressure also, or was it a little bit?
Yeah, I never got into that the machine aspect of it, really, and like he was saying, writing for projects and stuff like that. So for me, it's just a song thing. It's just nothing, and I was in Nashville very briefly. Had very not like a handful of writing sessions with people there, but. I got that picture. I mean, if you're looking for a song, you go to Nashville because that's where all the great songwriters are. They say, that's what, So, but no, for me, it's just an idea. Whatever
what's happening in that moment
for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Mainly.
So how does one of your songs relate to Mystery Science Theater 3000?
Oh.
That I think fascinated me the most.
It's
I love
because
that
it's
show.
fascinating. Well, obviously, that is a campy, funny. That whole thing they did was hilarious, right?
Yes.
So back in the early 80s, I guess late 80s, like 89 or 88, my partner Tim James and I had connected with this film company called AIP, and they did films that how many stunt guys can you kill in an hour and 10 minutes, that kind of that kind of thing. That was their film, that was their setup. And so they had these films. So one of the ones that they did early on, and I think we did 19 or 20 of them. I mean,
wow.
We scored them. We did everything, all the music, we wrote all the songs, scored it, finished it, give it to them, and they put it on the film. And great learning experience again. It's really fantastic to get opportunity
to do that.
Doesn't happen the same way anymore.
Right.
Again, the difference, right? But one of them, they decided to get really aggressive and do a space movie called Space Mutiny.
Great title.
Right.
It's a classic title, right? I mean, classic title. And it was just really terrible in some respects. But then if you look at it in other respects, it was probably a little bit cutting edge in some oddly weird way. But the music we did for that particular one was really strong. In fact, one of the co-writers on the score was a guy named Mark Mancina. He and I and Tim scored it, and he went on to do Twister and a jillion other major films.
Speed.
Wow.
Yeah, Speed.
What?
Yeah.
Does a lot of
so that's how he
television,
got his training too.
music.
Was right there. We all that's what we did. He chose that path as a composer. We stayed with songwriting more. But so we did. If you listen to the score on that, it's fantastic. In fact, we have it up on iTunes, and it gets
cool
hits and sales, and it's on YouTube. We have YouTube videos on each one of the little
checks in the mail.
On each movie, we have like 10 or 12 different edits we've done for it, just because we had popular demand. We have on the McJames site, we actually sell physical CDs of the music that people wanted. There's fans.
Yeah.
Have crazy fans that love that Space Mutiny thing, right? And in fact, the most recent odd thing is there's a company called Melodic Records they release AOR, album-oriented rock material.
Right.
And they focus a lot on 80s and 90s. And they've asked me to put out an album that they'll pay for.
So you're going to do a second album?
I'm going to do an all-rock...
It's about fucking time, Steven!
But it's really going to be, we're taking everything that we've done in the past, and we're just going to basically re-engineer it. We're not going to re-record anything. So it's going to have like
So it's all older stuff then?
14, 15 songs from the 80s with 80s sounds. That's the whole idea. Of
'Cause I've been saying for years,
That's big.
dude. I mean,
That's kinda
I have your album Roadwise.
Yeah.
When you and I first met and everything.
I
And
can't seem to get a second one out.
and it's like it's because you and I've known each other at least 17 years that I know of, and it's like, dude, when are you coming out with the second one? When are you coming out with the second
It's
one?
coming.
Whatever.
I'm still working on it.
It's 17 years later, dude. I've got 3. Come on.
Well, I'm trying to get the right songs. You know?
You got David here. Guess
Well, we did an album. We got our album. We put out in. Well, now that's been 11 years ago already. Wow.
See, you guys are slacking there, man. Come on.
I know.
Come
We
on.
are.
Let's So, for you guys, for young songwriters right now, what would be the best advice that you guys would give them, with knowing your history and what you guys have learned from the industry, and try and mix it in with today's society?
Get out now
Yeah.
before you can.
Run for your life. No, I when I speak a lot of these songwriter things, and the one thing is true still. If you don't love it and you're not completely passionate about it,
Yeah, it's true.
don't even bother, because it's going to beat the shit out of you in so many ways, and you have to be prepared. And I'll tell my daughter the same thing, my son the same thing. If you're not totally in it and can take it, you're going to be miserable.
Yeah.
And so you got to love it.
David, how about you?
He's already said his. Get out.
Get out.
Just get out.
You heard me. An accounting degree, perhaps, would be my advice.
How about you? Yeah, and that's about it from there.
So basically, if you can't take the heat,
Hey,
get out of the
listen.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Listen,
No,
though,
it
I
is-
mean, if you're a songwriter, it doesn't have to be, you can have the love for the songwriting.
Right.
You don't have to be successful monetarily or whatever.
Right.
That's such a handful of people
Right.
that really make a great living at that. So
Yeah, that's the difference.
But
If it's just a passion that you love, by
Go
all
out and
means,
do it.
right.
but have that accounting degree. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Nice
Keep
backup.
writing.
But if you want
have
to
the
make a
accounting
business
degree.
out of it,
It's
it's a
tough.
hard.
It's a hard bit. Yeah, I mean, because like my son has followed in my footsteps, also being a song, going, performing and singing and
Right,
stuff,
right.
whatever. And and I know a lot of kids sometimes will emulate their parents, whatever they're doing or whatever. So he and I, a few years back, I sat him down and I said, "Look, do you enjoy doing this? Because I don't want you to do it to please me.
Right.
I want you to do it because you love it, because you enjoy it and you're having fun with it as well." And so far, he really has. He enjoys going out and performing and so forth. And because it's funny because my mom actually will request, "So when's his new video? Can you send me his new video?" "Well, Mom, I got a new song." Whatever. No, send me his.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the one that she wants
Yeah.
to send out to the family.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
past. You're
Right.
past.
Exactly. So, but no, I told him as long as it's fun for you, it remains fun. And though as he grows older, he'll have to have a good business sense,
Right.
Of everything. As long as it remains fun and you have that passion, yeah, definitely stay with it.
My friend Tim James, he always called us the Von Trapp McClintock traveling Wilburys because every time we'd play, our kids would get up and sing with us, right? So they, my ex-wife is also a singer and
Yeah,
writer
she's got a
too.
beautiful voice herself.
Yeah, she's great. So anyway, that's where they get it. And now my kids, like I say, they busk on second because they can go make $100 in an hour.
Yeah. Well, it's like me. I do
Makes
the
perfect
house
sense to
concerts.
them, right?
I do the house concerts myself, and it's like every time I do one, I'm making at least between 3 and 4 for an
Yeah.
hour's worth of work,
Yeah.
and that's just donation based, and then I'll
Right.
sell 5 or 6 CDs too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's great. It's
So
great.
you get to do what you do.
Yeah. I've got a game that I want to play with you guys real quick that we do with all of our guests. So you guys are on a deserted island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the island game. What favorite candy bar would you take with you on the island?
I've got mine.
Okay.
Hershey.
Regular Hershey or all with
Regular
almonds?
Hershey because it's gluten free, and I need gluten free. Can you believe Hershey's chocolate, as
It's
shitty as
gluten-free.
that chocolate is, it's gluten free.
It won't kill you. In other
It
words,
will not kill me.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
You know,
David?
I want to say I don't eat candy bars anymore, really.
Okay.
But the one that pops into my brain is a Payday.
That's
Oh,
what
those are
I-
good
that
too.
was- That's
That's
my
a
first
good
one.
one.
too.
Classic.
Payday.
That's
A lot
my
of
first
people
one.
say
too.
Payday.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
Favorite
can't
food.
eat it.
The edible kind, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want edible too.
But I mean, like a steak or spaghetti, or like what favorite food would you take?
Spaghetti would not be my favorite, but there's just too many. I love all kinds of
See,
food.
for me, it was I just said Asian because that covers so much.
Yeah, I love that. Are you kidding?
The best steak I could have, like when I was in Nashville with Michael Peterson, went to Ruth's Chris, had a killer steak.
All right, my favorite food. no,
See, now it comes out, David.
My favorite recent food is salt and straw. Have you had that ice cream?
No.
Oh my God, it is unbelievable.
I don't eat anything
Okay?
that says straw in it.
And the word salt combined with it.
No, you've got to go. There's one in Larchmont Village.
Okay.
You've got to go. It's unbelievable. I'm telling
All right, you gotta take me there, David.
Do they have
Unbelievable.
steak? That's all I
No. It's ice cream. And listen, we're from Texas, so
Right.
Bluebell ice cream is like the best ice cream on the planet. Okay.
Yeah.
But this stuff, oh my God.
Wow.
I know it's a free commercial for salt, but
It's becoming that.
Okay, and there's one other commercial.
By the way,
okay, do you know Joe's Italian Ice on Harbor Boulevard?
Yeah.
Right across from Roscoe's, which
Yeah.
I actually love Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Love them.
Okay.
But their Italian ices there are unbelievable too.
Yeah, they're
Wow.
great.
They're not paying me to say this. You got me going
should
now
be,
on
though.
my favorite.
They're-
thing.
By the way-
we'll get them on our new
By
By the way,
Sponsor.
in September, David and I are opening up a store on 2nd Street.
Salt and straw.
straw.
Joe's Italian straw. Salt and
Salt and
straw.
All right. So, favorite. If you had to take your favorite movie on the island, what movie would it be?
The Quiet Man by John Wayne.
Yes.
It's a silent film.
God,
Impetuous.
that's a good one. I don't know.
Oh, Homeric.
I can't.
See,
come
I
up
know
with
all
something.
these things because I think about
Really?
those things.
Really, I never.
Because I
did.
can't wait to get to a desert fucking island.
There you go.
Yeah,
Nothing for you, Dave?
I can't think of anything.
You don't have a favorite movie?
What?
Space Mutiny. Say it.
Space.
The Jetsons, the movie.
The Jetsons, the movie. Thank you.
Nothing, huh?
No, I'm
Okay.
going to
All right,
refrain
okay.
from
All
that
right.
one.
Okay. So I think this one's gonna be
I
a
have
tough
another one too.
I think this is gonna be a tough one
Go
for you
ahead,
guys,
do that
though.
one for
No,
me.
that's okay.
Favorite album?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, my God, there's,
Dan Fogelberg's first record.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Tapestry. You loved
Love Tapestry.
Oh, there
was
you go.
great. Oh my God.
Tapestry.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
You know,
I'm helping him.
I can tell. I see the support.
It's what partners do.
we
Yeah.
work well together in that way.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were able to take one person, dead or alive, doesn't matter. Of course, if they're dead, they would be alive for this. But to take one person just to talk to, for conversation's sake, who would it be?
God, you are just racking my brain. I'm sure he has an answer.
The point
but
is
go
to
ahead.
make you think, David. Yeah, that's
He's just thinking
That's
on
what I'm
the
saying.
ice cream.
Why
He's
are
just
you
like the
doing
ice
that?
cream.
I'm stuck on the salt and straw.
I would say I'd love to know the real side of Elvis Presley.
Ooh.
I think I'd like to get down with that and just
Get past the bacon and just
yeah,
really.
past the bacon and,
Yeah.
and
The peanut
anything
butter
else.
and
Yeah, because I think
fried
those things are all
banana.
there, but I don't think that's the deepest part. I'd like to know a little more.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a conversation with like John Lennon,
Okay.
just someone like that. Oh my God, that would be.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So last one on this one.
I would probably take him to Salt and Straw.
I think
See,
you
I'm
might
gonna
like
keep
it.
I'm gonna keep Elvis away
I
from the
think you might
food.
like that. Yeah. And then if Paul comes, he'll just be saying,
right.
"Hi guys." Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So last one for you guys is now one person you would have for sexual gratification.
Oh my God, I'm not answering
Jessica
that
Alba,
Steven
Jessica Biel.
Steven just flipped that one out so quick.
Oh, those
Jessica
two are-
Rabbit.
those two-
Jessica Rabbit.
all those Jessicas are all good for me.
Anyone, Jessica.
Yeah.
one. No answer.
John Lennon.
I'll take that.
Yeah, Yoko Ono, perhaps. I don't know.
Nah, but they'll break you out though.
Oh, man.
Oh, well, very cool, guys. Oh, no, we've got one more game that we do. This is nothing more than a potpourri of questions. And it's just to see how dumb we really are. Nothing more than that.
Quiz me! Quiz you!
You're trying to sign language to me, and I'm not interpreting this
I know.
correctly.
You're on my
Is it
cable. You're on my
your
cable. You're on my cable.
You like it when I'm on your cable.
Not that, but yeah, it's on the floor though.
Oh, jeez, oh, Pete.
You're
She's
really
got it
on
wrapped
cable.
around her.
Yeah, wrapped around. It's wrapped around her leg, and
Wrapped around his cable.
we did, and then you rolled over it again. All right, so your name is your buzzer. So there's no wrong answers per se or anything like that. Don't feel, like if we're idiots or whatever, because we do it every week.
Really doing this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. We've had Tracy Newman do it with us too and everything. So
Well,
Probably
she's
would-
the funniest woman
she
in the
probably
world.
was
gosh,
great
she's,
at
oh
it.
gosh, she's so
amazing.
awesome.
It was
She's my
great.
hero.
Yeah.
But okay, so also because you can kind of see the screen, don't cheat.
Okay.
I think I will need to.
Are you asking one at
Take
a
off your
time?
glasses, David.
Are you asking one at a time or?
No, it's a group effort.
Okay.
So your name is your buzzer. So when you feel like you know where the question is going, or you feel like you know the answer, just yell out your name. PJ will call on you and just go ahead and answer the question.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
I feel like I need 8 more hands here. Question number 1. Bump and assassination are words invented by who?
Hinckley. Oh, sorry.
David.
Hinckley.
It sounds like something we had almost last year.
Are there real answers
give
to
you
these
yes.
questions?
Yeah.
Bump and assassination.
Oh, I know,
Steve.
Sean.
I heard Steve.
Steve.
Benjamin Franklin.
Sean. Shakespeare.
I think that's because you saw the answer.
No, I didn't.
Liar.
No.
Liar.
Oh, if the answers are there, can
Yes.
you move your shoulder to the left?
Yeah, right? Yes,
I
it's
thought
real
Hinckley was a
answers.
good one.
These are
Yeah.
real
Bump and
things.
I didn't know
assassination.
that. Okay.
I remember
Shakespeare. Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
All right. Question number 2. What color does a goldfish turn if kept in a dark room?
Steve.
Steve?
White.
You guys are way too smart
Wow.
today.
Wow.
Are you okay? Well, that I can't blame Steve. He can't see from
Yeah.
here. So that's
My
good.
back's turned,
That's
so I
legit.
can't see either.
That's legit. Okay. Good job, Steve.
What's that mirror you're holding?
You're welcome.
All right.
Shut up.
Question number 3. I don't know why I decided to do Monty Python.
I don't know, but that was
All right,
good.
all
I
right.
like it.
What animal will not sink in quicksand?
Steven.
Steve.
Oh, animal.
Yeah, what animal?
I was thinking spider, but that's not an animal.
But it's still wrong. Good guess though.
David, a hippopotamus.
Nope.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah, I guess that thing's way too heavy.
Steven.
Wow.
Snake.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
Damn it, Janet.
Will not sink in quicksand. It has to be an animal, right?
Yep.
Not like a tsetse fly. I'm not a fly. A fly landing on it.
Right.
God.
Wow, can you give us a clue?
Can you give us the answer?
40 acres and a.
Mule.
Who said that?
Steven.
There you go. You got
Ah, Mr. McClintock.
Apparently
I didn't know that's true.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know. A mule apparently has magic powers.
Wow.
Well, probably, yeah. It probably has.
Well, you've seen Shrek. I mean, yeah. that-
Right? All right. You guys are going to love this one.
like this?
Question number 4. What is the strongest muscle in the body?
Steven.
God.
Tongue.
Hey!
Ooh.
I was going to say.
Experience.
I didn't get through high school. Never mind.
That's a whole nother story.
So
How many songs
that's
you've
how the
written
song
about
with this kiss came about then, right?
Right? Question number 5. It's kind of gross. What was used as a coffee substitute during the Civil War?
Oh God.
I know that one.
David, chicory.
Ooh.
Kind of getting there, though.
I was like, because David was like so proud when he said the answer. Then after
Well,
it was like, no, it's like
it's a root.
They use it now.
Steven.
his body language just went down.
It's a root of some sort.
Listen, I'm not expecting to get any of these.
Oh, neither do we every week.
Neither do we,
Trust
yeah.
me, every week we sound like idiots.
Eh.
Wow.
Sean.
Well, I think Steven was
Oh,
guessing.
Steven?
Were you
Well, I
guessing?
said Steven. I said root, but I
Root?
don't think
Okay.
that's
Oh,
it.
kind of.
Almonds. Nope. Damn. All right, give us a clue.
Pine trees have?
Pine nuts. Steven.
No.
Pine
Needles.
cones?
No. They're, well,
Pine
They're-
cones?
something besides, what's another word for that? Like,
Sean,
or not pine trees. I said the wrong tree.
acorns?
Yes.
Oh, she faked everybody out.
Psych. Yeah.
Really?
Oak trees.
Yeah,
What would that
acorns
taste like?
apparently
Okay.
were, well, it's good fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question number C.
And they were all over the South.
Yeah.
What mythical creature is protected by law in British Columbia?
Steven. Sea serpents.
This would be the Monty Python. What mythical creature is protected by law in British Columbia?
Yeah, see.
And no, it's not a oh my
The
gosh.
Aborigines used to
Okay,
have them.
I'll guess.
In British Columbia.
Unicorn.
I wish. I wish.
That was a good guess, though.
Something big and hairy. And no, not
Oh,
Sean.
Sasquatch.
Oh!
Hey!
Say your name, David. Say your name, David.
David. Sasquatch.
Yes!
Wow.
I forgot they were protected.
I wonder
But
if they
why? They're
real-
mythical creatures,
Right.
though.
Ran
Oh,
over
I knew
one
they
in
were
the
protected. I
last time we were
forgot.
there and you
Some people believe that
actually ran over
Sasquatch
one
is
in-
real.
Oh, no, they're real.
Yeah, but
There's
do
more
they
than
know
one
that they're protected?
Sasquatch?
That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
What's the
And do
plural
they
for
carry
Sasquatch?
protection?
I know.
What's the what?
Yeah.
What's the plural for Sasquatch?
Sasquatches.
Sasquatch.
Everybody knows that. Come on.
Sasquatch eye.
Sasquatch eye.
Question number 7. For $150, you can become a licensed what in Texas?
Come on,
Steven.
boys.
Pastor.
Ooh.
The other Steve. What were you thinking? Was that Steve? Did
What?
you call?
No, I didn't
Okay.
call.
No.
No, anyone else?
Okay.
$150.
Come on,
in
David. You're from Texas.
It's an
thinking-
ironic answer. Or it's an oxymoronic
Okay,
answer.
Steve.
Yeah?
Stripper.
You have to be licensed to do that?
Right.
Yeah, I think they should be.
Okay.
Oh, this should be a good one.
David,
This should
the
be an-
governor.
The governor.
Ouch. Wow.
Yeah, let's not get political
the first
here.
part of this answer is
Oh.
the opposite of life. Or live.
Dad.
Okay, and the second part of the answer is
David,
something
a
that
corner?
you actively do out in the woods.
Shit.
Masturbate?
A dead shitter? A dead shitter?
No.
Oh, what do you call those people that go pick up animals? The animal
yes,
people.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
What is that?
That thing.
Roadkill.
Governor. Is he
Roadkill
close?
drivers.
Governor.
It's something close to like.
It's a
roadkill,
roadkill
but-
It's like
Technician. Dead animal.
Death by chocolate.
dead animal by
Animal
chocolate.
control. This is
Somebody that goes out in the woods.
Hunter.
And kills- yeah.
Dead animal
hunter.
hunter.
Oh my God.
so a hunting license. Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
next on the Animal Network.
Wow.
Crikey! I'm the dead animal hunter.
Next on the Animal Network.
Great. Gosh, this is awful. Question number 8.
I'm not dead yet.
It's mostly dead.
That's species.
What people's name, or group of people's name, means eaters of raw flesh?
Steven. Cannibals.
Surprisingly,
That's
no.
what I was
Come
thinking.
on.
That's what I was thinking.
Surprisingly,
Obvious.
no. It's a group of peoples, but not like a cannibal.
Steven. Druids.
You reading the Sword of Shannara?
Sean.
Love that book.
Aborigines?
Man.
No.
Steve.
I can see Russia from my house. It's in that kind of territory.
Steve.
Yes.
Kiwanis.
What?
David. Eskimos.
Yeah.
Oh!
It's an,
Nice pull, David.
it's an Eskimo for me over here. With that. Oh. Question number 9. Gross.
I like where she's holding that paper like we're just dying to
Just for you
cheat.
two.
And I got my back turned. What the hell then? I get the next 2.
Couldn't read it if she just held it right in front of her.
I'm being extra careful with you sneaky guys.
I know.
But
switch the
I
screen.
heard how you sneaked in that music group back in the day, Steven. Bonnie Booth used what to remove a corn from her foot? I don't know who Bonnie Booth is.
She's a person that invented the corn removal for feet.
My Bonnie takes off my corns on my
Steve.
feet.
Didn't she marry Dr. Scholl? Yeah.
A shotgun.
Bonnie Booth show. What kind of shotgun?
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I think he should get it for just saying
Yeah.
10
What
gauge,
kind of
12
shotgun?
gauge.
We'll
12
give, you,
gauge.
we'll give you a point for shotgun now. Who can guess the numbers?
12 gauge,
Not a 12 gauge.
16 gauge.
Nope.
32.
Nope.
Hey.
No, 32 gauge.
Right. I don't think anyone's going to get this. It's a 410.
Oh, 410. I have a 410 over and
yeah.
under.
Oh.
Wow.
You know what
All
over and
right.
under is?
No.
Shotgun
Sean,
on
you don't
one
know
side and a 22 on the
22 on
top.
top.
Oh,
A friend
really?
of mine, as a teenager, a friend of mine had one of those.
Those are
We used
awesome.
to take him out to Calico and shoot the thing. It was like a blunderbuss. man.
Yeah,
It just
it's super,
kaboom.
super fun though.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, you can shoot them and become a dead animal hunter.
I know.
For $150.
In
Gotta get a license
yeah,
for
in
that.
Alaska.
How many different licenses would you need for that?
Question number 10.
Yay! That's the last question. That's right.
Steven sounds so excited.
Hey, that's great.
That wasn't very nice.
What time's the food get here? Where's my steak?
By law, what is banned in restaurants in Japan?
Steven, shoes.
That is a good answer.
That
though.
is a good
That is a
answer.
good answer because
Steve.
Steve wants you to take your shoes off. Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan.
That's
Nice.
good.
That's good knowledge.
David, you like knives and forks, utensils. Oh my God.
Sean. Burping?
Let's go back with Lindsay.
No,
and
that's
Lohan.
actually approved in Japan.
Okay.
They
all
love
right.
that.
Okay.
It's something we do
I just
here
watched
in
The Parent
America at
Trap.
restaurants all the time. You're supposed to do it at 20%.
Oh, Sean.
Oh,
Go,
don't,
Dave.
John.
Sean, you had it first.
Tipping.
Everybody, we should all say it together.
Wow.
Tipping.
Oh, tipping.
remember where you're from.
Oh, tipping.
And that's the game.
And there you go, guys.
That's
Cool.
Nice game.
Awesome.
Nice game. Nice game.
See how exciting that is? Wow, you guys. Wow.
Those are great questions, though.
Yeah. All righty. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And, of course, we're going to have you guys on Facebook Live here in a few moments as well. Get things set up downstairs.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you guys can join us on your weekly dose, just search for us there on Facebook, and you guys will get to see David and Steven perform a few songs for us. We're excited about this, too. It'll be really cool. So, and next week, what do we got going on? I don't even know what we have going on next week.
We have so much going
I got a
on.
new computer is what I need to do. That's for
pretty much
We're
that's for
going to
damn
talk
sure.
about how good the straw and salt ice cream is.
Yeah, you will.
Dave-
You go. You
David's
will
going to be taking
going,
us down to Santa
wow.
Ana. There you go. All right. So, show's website is yourweeklydose.com. Our Facebook page is Your Weekly Dose. Our Twitter is at Your Weekly Dose 1. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter at SR House Concerts.
Mine, if you, it's been a while since I've Twittered.
Tweeted. If you want to see his last tweets in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's at Silva Lining 69.
And V, if you miss her and want to send her some good vibes in her moving day today, at ____. It's V.
And that's controversial because
Yes.
it could be 4
You know,
underscores
at this point,
instead
it's
of
the
3.
biggest mystery right now.
It
The
is.
government
At
is
this
looking
point,
into it.
I don't know.
And you can hit me up, PJ, at Jamie is gaseous, because that's always a problem. Apparently, can't get over it. So, no, really. But Jamie, GME, is telling.
And both Steven and David, where can everybody find you guys on Facebook and Twitter at?
Yeah.
Oh, you can find us on Facebook at Fertitta && McClintock. You can find us there, and
So
of
it's
course we both have our FERTITTA.
So it sounds Fertitta.
Like
Oh,
Fertitta,
okay.
and I'm McClintock with 2 C's. Not like the John Wayne movie, David's favorite movie he forgot to mention.
see,
McClintock
there you go.
with 1 C, but,
2 C's.
yeah.
Cool.
And then we both have our individual name Facebooks, and have 37 Records Facebook as well.
Cool. Awesome. Great. Cool deal.
Oh, can we mention we're playing?
Oh, yes, please do, because that's
Yeah.
why another reason why you guys are here.
This coming Sunday, which is tomorrow
Tomorrow night.
we're playing at 6 to 9 at a place called Forbidden City in the Marina Pacifica Shopping Center.
And that's in Long Beach, right?
Long Beach.
It's almost like right on the corner of
Yep.
PCH and 2nd, if I remember.
that's
If you
correct,
walked
yes.
outside of Gelson's and looked right, you'd see it right there.
Yeah, it's
And,
a little bit hidden, but I
yeah,
mean, you,
but it's free
a cool-
parking, and no cost to get in to the show either. Just tipping.
tipping.
We expect.
But it's an Asian restaurant, so
60%.
are we supposed to tip or is it against the law?
No, you don't tip them. You tip us.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's American.
So what's the name
Asian.
of the venue
Yeah, the
again?
American
It's
part of the
called
restaurants
Forbidden
where
City.
we're playing.
Forbidden
There is
City.
it's allowed.
Yeah, Forbidden City, and it's actually good food.
That's
and,
great food there.
It
yeah.
is.
And
Yeah.
we're going to play 3 hours, and we don't normally we do only original music, but there we're doing a lot of covers because that's what our fans wanted to hear. So
Wow. Very cool. I will be hopefully there tomorrow because I mean I love
so,
hearing
too.
you.
Oh, cool.
play.
and you can bring kids, by the way.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So bring the family out and everything, and they'll see.
Well,
and
Sean will definitely be there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
big kid, you.
And what's the time again?
6 to 9.
6 to 9 at Forbidden City in Long
Yeah,
Beach.
and nobody's working on Monday mostly, and it's still you can drive there easily, right? There's no traffic.
Have dinner,
get
listen
there,
to you
there's no
guys'
traffic home.
music.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Cool. So definitely check them out at Forbidden City tomorrow from 6 to 9. Again, that's in the city of Long Beach. If you want to just look it up, you can on Google it. And again, join us on Facebook here in probably the next 5 to 10 minutes, and you'll catch them about doing 3 of the original songs. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, world.